Very good evening. Welcome back to Royal Bangalore Food. And you're watching the host. This is Paul. It's a very clean startup. It's about you might wonder what is white gold. I'll explain that to you. So, only request is that if you're watching this video, wherever you are, hit that bell notification, subscribe, like, and follow as much as possible and share this information. This is just a pure, absolutely raw footage of my third startup in terms of the e-commerce. We're going online, and this is on the brand name called the White Gold. Can anybody guess what is White Gold is all about? If you can just knew it, or just go ahead and put it in the comment section. If you still middle to the deep end, I would request you to go ahead and put some questions in place. Without wasting further time, let's go ahead and kickstart and let's dive in today's topic about my third startup. Okay, so it's very clear. I had the privilege of kicking start two companies. One, the very first startup was a great one. Just a moment, let me arrange. Yeah, the very first startup which I had was way back in 2017 before the COVID. Yeah, and we ran it for 6 months. We kickstarted it. I'm not getting dwelling into that. Unfortunately, we had to shut it down right after probably 7 months with three directors, private limited in Bangalore. And then, yeah, by the way, the startup was on medical tourism, right? And I had a fair stint working with a similar friend of mine. We had done wedding events planning as well. So we ran it for a while, and then COVID got hit, and also another childhood friends where I kickstarted my career way back in when I was 18 years old. And then we all three, and in fact four, and doctor joined in, and we put up an industrial catering. Just imagine, we moved from medical healthcare directly to the food startup. It was an industrial catering, and quite a great startup. In fact, it took us a while to set up the kitchen, and then we cooked for a while, and then a lot of things didn't work out. The company didn't wanted us, and then probably we had to shut it down as well. So loads of learning, and I really want to share those experiences about how important is that you need to fail and you need to fall time and again makes loads of learning. Now that learning any books would not give you, because it's first of all it's all about capital. Yes, you would learn about finance and business management, and you'll also learn about investments in terms of authorized capital and paid up capital, whatnot. End of the day, it's your money that you have to put in. And if you drive your company like a baby, because when you conceive when your wife conceives your baby, that is when everything comes into picture. So your ideation, getting into idea stage, it's the greatest learning that you'll ever have. And then from there the entire journey starts until until you do really flare well and you go in that right arrow up directions, or you just fall in the pit. It's been the greatest learning. So it's not that I would know most of the things, but yes, to kickstart a fantastic business model, you need to have the vitamin M, what we call it as the vitamin M. Where do I kickstart? Yeah. So having said that, money is one aspect of it. Another aspect is your idea. Another aspect is your colleagues who comes and joins as a team. And it's a great mindset. It's like it's like your husband and wife with the company. If you have a co-founder who understands one side of the story, and the other co-founder completely conceives it, and then you work like an engine, because you need fuel, you need very great gear oil, engine oil, you need everything to go smooth. When your engine run, you can take the train and walk, and rather you can go on the same track. And as the track leads by from the destination A to destination B, is the entire journey of learning and kicking start, and enjoying the entire experiences of doing this. So I had the privilege of doing it for the third time, and I'm really loving it. It keeps me going because It's a never ending goal that you would say, I would I wouldn't start, and again and again and again and again, because it charges you up. It's like this battery. It's like a current, or it's like a power. You need to go ahead. So I mean, I'm not giving philosophical advice out here. I'm just giving you what is necessary to go ahead and kickstart. It's very important. The first thing is your capital. Okay, so first, why am I saying capital? Because without capital, you can't even do it. So that reminds me of letting you know. But a lot of people on the online media, see, I don't know, because if you're doing a drop shipping as well, okay, you need to have a taxation. If you need to have a taxation, which means that you need to have a GST. If you want a GST, you should have a rental agreement. And if you have a rental agreement, which means that you would have paid your advance amount of money, and then you would have paid your rents, and then your products. Drop shipping, yeah, you need not to stock your products, but you're selling someone else's products. It's the kind of instead of going for a great swim, you just jump in a pond and check how does it work out. Do you know swimming? Do you know how to breathe in? You keep your eyes open. As long as your liver is really strong, then you can take the entire, the scare, the fear, everything else. But you've jumped in a small pond. You think if the pond is big, then what happens? You jump into the lake, and then you see how big is the ocean. You're just a small, an ant, kind of a grain, kind of a size in the biggest ocean that we have all over the world. So similarly, in the business is like an ocean. You're just one among that guy, one among that grain who's trying to flourish and shine yourself, and then shine into the world, and trying to create a great value addition by problem solving one particular addition. So this is going to be a product sales. If you look at my tagline, it's not the tagline, the company brand name. It's called Whytgold. So you would know, sense it for a while. What is it all about? So again, I'm giving you a clue and an understanding. If you knew what I'm trying to start, just go ahead and put that in the comment section. I'll have a look at it, and I'll just give a shout out for the people who really actually rightly guessed it right. Okay, so first is the capital. Capital, how important it is? It is as important as possible, because you need to have an authorized capital. See, if my intention is to go, get funding, because once you scale your business, you would do well over a period of time. Startups doesn't mean that you initially for 6 months, 1 year, 2 year. No, as you grow, unless and until you become an organization. Okay, you're trying to do a compliances for your company registrations. Is between your two co-founders for a private limited, and then the capital is around minimum of 1 lakh and then beyond. So you need to put your business plan in place. That will help you to go ahead and understand what kind of operational expenditure or monthly expenditure that you have, and also what is going to be a capital or a one-time expenditure that you have. It could be various things. I don't want to get into nitty gritty of it. I've already done my previous video, and I will be doing it again and again, unless and until we put the store, we get everything running and get the engine rolling. So it's a great asset. It's a great strength. It's a great kind of an effort that it goes into the picture. It's a sleepless night looking at my dark circles. It's like, it gives you jittery. It gives you that pain. It gives you the joy. But end of all, it's like, you have to buckle up, get up again and again and again, toil. I would always relate this to cricket. If you want to become, 1 billion population, the top 11 players you end of all play cricket. I come from a cricketing background, so I know how what and all goes inside. It's the pig that you see, but you don't see. It's a lovely photograph, lovely shot that I've seen. The entire iceberg is just what you see. It's just that probably 4 kilometers. Sorry, not 4 kilometers. It's about close to 500 meters or 1,000 meters height. But below that, the base level of the entire iceberg is going to be kilometers as such, more than 100 or 200 kilometers such. That's the hard effort which people don't see. It's only when you float you get to know how big is the iceberg, right? So an iceberg could actually sink a Titanic. You heard it right. So it will do so, right? So you need to know what efforts that you put in, but nobody would know. So it's a churn of jog again and jog and walk and run, and then a sprint, and then it's a long marathon. You would run a 10,000 meters kind of running, because you need to have endurance, you need to have patience, you need to have consistency, you need to have nitty gritty, and you need to have the right intent that you would do this, and you would get going from a company to a larger organizations. whatever it is. It could be an e-commerce sector, it could be product sales, it could be in service or orientations, wherever, whichever field you are, you need to keep this very important, that your intent has to be right, and you're here to trying to save some people and help to resolve certain issues wherever you could do so. And in this case, the first clue is that this is going to be a food product, and this is in terms of the convenience as such. Second important point, the third important, the second is the intent, the aspects of it, the passion, and I would say perseverance. Everything comes into picture, the great adjective that you can ever add. But the first intent that you need to have is to carry yourself and do time and again and again and again. The more you fall, I would say, you, as much as you fail, you would learn it. I mean, I wouldn't know how to code and how to develop a website, which I did in my first startup. Second startup gave me the understanding about the food technology, the food science aspects of it, the ratio, the menu engineering. Without the chef, you could actually do a great job, right? So these are things I learned. And moving on, this is, I'm leveraging my hands on the products. Now, product brand building in terms of their quality, in terms of packaging, in terms of marketing, everything comes into picture. So you learn, and you learn, and you learn again and again and again and again. So don't mind me being so monotonous, but this how interesting I could be do it, because I just as raw footage. I just told you initially that what it gets you, because if you do not hear in terms of finance, in terms of investment, your profit and loss, in terms of your product, your marketing, your operations, how are you going to spend, what are the other miscellaneous costs, everything comes into picture in a business plan. So apart from having the capital, making sure that you have the right intent and making sure that you have a great business plan, take a whole lot of time, know the subject in and out. In this case, it's going to be a food product. Know the food product in and out. There is no two ways about it. You would say, no, I would do it later. No, you would learn from the nursery, Montessori level of what is food, the abbreviation, the spelling, the intent of understanding the food production, the food processing, the food product is concerned, be it packaging, be it the color, why, so many questions come into the picture. You have to use your chat GPT, your Google Bard. These days, it's an amazing tool that you need to go ahead. It's like making you smart. If you ask the right question, it gives you right, fantastic answers. Keep that as a preference, survey important questions. Talk to as much as possible. Get to understand who are your target audience. So end of the day, it's all about your business plan. Making sure that your co-founders also does some homework along with you. You guys do a great brainstorm. I would suggest you to have a fight, a complete banter fight. Always fight for a great, healthy conversations, making sure that you agree and you disagree and come to a point, have a solution. And that solution, even if it is one word solution, put that in your business plan, because it creates wonders. You're trying to create a star out of a plain stone. It needs a lot of cravings, a lot of carvings, a lot of shining, a lot of empty paper. You would waste your time. So be it, because that's how your business plan it's going to be. It's going to be a Bible, because you're going to stick to that Bible, and then you're going to take points and take notes time and again, and it's in your head. So business plan is a great asset that you need to have. Second thing is that how do you go launch? There's so many things that you need to do from day one, because it's your website designing, it's your Instagram, it's your social media, it's whatnot. So I would tell you that apart from business planning, the other important aspects is that putting the right amount of time on your product. It's like, I've spoken about product initially, but also letting you know that how well you need to know your product well. So do your market study, do your go to market strategy, GTM, what we call it as, identify those gaps. Those gaps is that how would you position your product in which particular segment, right? One is your offline model, one is your online model. Today as we speak, we have so many marketplaces. We have grocery, online groceries, we have meat online. So it depends where you want to kickstart. So based on that, you allocate and you align your vision of your company on that particular segment. So if you want to do an online, there's a lot of money to be spent. There is a lot of things that you require, starting from your company registration, your FSSI license, your GST, everything in aligned with that product that you develop. It could be a private white label. It could be your own self-manufacturing. So a lot of things comes into picture. I don't want to get nitty-gritty of it. As I said, if you want further questions, you can always leave it in the comment section. And also you can write me an email at rbsnllc@gmail.com. And I mean, I also have a domain space. I would disclose everything later, one by one. But today is going to be that what is that white gold is all about. So I'll give you a clue. It's all about white gold. It's about food production, food processing. It's all related to the food. Still, you have not guessed it right. I would reveal it at the end of the this particular video, right? So, I mean, if you're still made it till this deep end after 15 minutes, why don't you just go and hit that like and follow and subscribe? That's another journey which, time and again we would use this format of video content, of doing a live sessions, asking a lot of F questions, well, taking a lot of feedback, surveys, understanding how product that you can develop, work on your product, and then take it to the market and then sell. The last important point, which I would like to talk about, is your team. I mean, it's a cliche to say, team stands for together, everyone achieves more. I mean, I would embody that as a tattooed in all my employees t-shirt, but it's not the right time. But why am I saying team? Team is also your external vendors, your external, your vendors who's working on your design, your website, your logos, your color codes. It's also your vendors of your car, your manufacturer, whom are you trying to work with, and eventually your clients, customers, your customers. Everything matters a lot when you go ahead and create your team. Now, this team that you have to pick and choose. It's like being an Indian coach. You need to have a great five opening greatest batsman. In that you have to have an opening batsman, then you have a one down, then you have the great 4, 5, 6, then you have a wicket keeper, then you have a great bowler. So everybody will have a different role to play. You need to know how that you can leverage, and the coach and the captain work together. So in this case, the co-founders, both co-founders have to work together as a team and put one map, one kind of a track in place so that you lead the show as you go. There should not be any kind of a gateway or any kind of a blockage system. You need to always resolve and make sure that you find a lot of Legos blocking kind of system, and you join that puzzle and then move on. Because otherwise, unless and until, there's no point without the team that you can move forward. So identify the greatest team that you can ever get. It's not that you need to have an IM guy. Look at Zerodha. Zerodha never ever hired the IM guys or the IIT guys. It's a great story. Similarly, when it comes to a lot of the older generation crowd, it's not that everybody would come and work, but the idea of mindset of an entrepreneur or a startup guy, if you really want to do it, it's all about churn, churn, and churn. Yes, you need that extra effort, you need that extra network to connect to people, but does your product will speak? Is it your website that you will speak? Everything can be mapped and done by resolving step by step by step by step. So these are the few things which I would like to, to notate or to have a notified you, to communicate to you, to understand that it is not so easy. I mean, I don't know why everybody in the media, or rather in this particular platform of YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, they say, without money, you can go ahead and start. No, you cannot. I mean, I have done all my research. Nothing comes free in this world. You have to kickstart. And it's the pain that you go ahead doing this compliance. Oh my God, I don't want to get into it. But having said that, Whytgold is all about food convenience. It's about ready to cook, ready to eat kind of products. We are leveraging on the tree to life, the ultimate tree of life. Can anybody guess it? The ultimate tree of life. Can you just tell me what is the ultimate tree of life leads to? It's the greatest fortune tree that you need to have. It takes 6 months, more than a year, to from a baby plant to a tree, and it takes a year to go ahead and give you that fruit, and that fruit becomes one of the most greatest tree that you can ever have. Nothing goes for a waste. That's why we call the tree of life. It gives you shelter, it gives you food, it gives you meat, it gives you milk, it gives you water, everything. So clearly, I'm going to talk about, drum load, please, is the coconut product. Being a Mallu, you should have known this. If you not know I'm a Mallu, then you should have watched all my previous videos. But anyway, so it's all about coconut. We're going to kickstart on coconut milk, coconut oil. We're going to do a lot of coconut chips. We're going to do a lot of coconut powder. We're going to do a lot of milkshakes out here. So we're going to see a whole lot of products launching very soon on this particular brand name called Whytgold. And you would see, time and again, I'm going live and explaining you where am I. Currently, I'm in the stage of registration of my company details, trying to coin the right word. You would see on the right thumbnail, it's called Royal Bangalore Food That's my company name, and just established in 2023. Just moving on to get this absolutely everything sacrosanct and right. And it's going to be an open challenge that I have to build a greatest product ever on this particular segment and give you guys all what is required in this product. This product is used by everybody across the globe. It's just that the Indians have to get to know, the entire North India has to get to know. नारियल पानी जो बिकता है जो मिलते हैं वहाँ पे, it's expensive, so you would get it. I'm not selling coconut water, but what I'm trying to tell you, the other byproducts of coconut can be really leveraged and help you guys. Coconut chips and coconut powder and coconut milk can actually solve a whole lot of issues, whole lot of so many segments can be targeted and audience. So basically, I'm trying to build a target audience, right? So it can actually help with various category, various industries in cosmetics, in the food industry, obviously in the beverage industry. So it's a plethora of industry that you can target. You need to identify. So we have identified a few things, segments. We would leverage that and we would go ahead step by step by step by step. Remember, I told you it's a marathon that you need to run. The marathon should be a steeplechase. Look at what happened, how India really gave a great tally in the 400 into relay program, which we almost superseded the USA, the greatest champs. But still, it was the endurance and stamina which took the US away in the qualifying round, and then we couldn't win. We finished somewhere fifth, but it's a great asset. In the World Championship athletics, the Indian team did fifth. That's the greatest asset, the greatest leap jump. You never heard in any athletic field Indian winning any gold. We see that difference in Asian. We won a gold in the Olympics thanks to javelin throw of Neeraj Chopra. So we are there. We are there. So it's just that you have to prepare well. You have to, again, time and again, it's all about your hard work. It's all about your persistent. It's about keeping your head down, being humble, being nimble, being very as intent orientation possible is only when that will drive the force. So build self-built, big heart, positive carrying it, enough of backlash, enough of learning, enough of doing all these things. It will teach you every time and again that you put a first step down and then leave the show. I wouldn't know how to do this YouTube. I've learned video editing. I bought the camera. Expensive, very difficult. It just took me 3 months to do it. And then my first video did well, but there's a different story to talk about it. But having said that, thanks for listening by. I really appreciate it. So it's going to be Whytgold. You're going to hear again and again. Hashtag Whytgold. It's going to be WHYTGOLD. White is also another older spelling of WHITE. So I've taken that word. It makes a lot of sense. It gives you the curiousness. What is this Whytgold? Yeah. So we're going to build a lot of keywords in SEOs, a lot of blogs, a lot of videos, content creation, everything going to be on this particular segment. So stick by. I really need your help. I really need your suggestions and your feedbacks and a whole lot of stuff. I will keep asking you. I'll do those sessions time and again to keep you in the loop. I don't see any comments, anybody watching me live, but I'll bet you and I'll surely let you know on the great intent that we would do a great 1 million subscribers and get this product all over the world. That's my vision. That's my glory. Yeah, baby. Come on, let's do this. Take care. Thanks for signing by. Thanks for watching. I'll appreciate it. And if you have further questions, please leave it in the comment section. Let's catch on to Whytgold, the tree of life. Take care. This is Paul signing off. Cheers. Bye.